Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dream Daddy. And it's time for Herbie Hind to continue our adventure. I pull up to the carpool and Amanda hops in the passenger seat. So, did you have fun gossiping about me? Mr. Vega and I actually just gossiped about our celebrity crushes. So you talked about Mario Batali the whole time? It was a very productive meeting. I'm pretty hungry. Can I grab some dinner? Sure thing. Let's go to the food court mall. Sure, yeah. Why the mall? Jeez, can't a dad take his daughter to the mall? Will you buy me things? I will buy you a thing. Singular. Sounds like a deal to me. We drive in silence for a short while. Amanda plays a game on her phone. I should say something. You know, sometimes when a kid gets older, they find that they have to keep things hidden from their parents. And that's okay, because sometimes that's what kids do. And that's okay. But sometimes it's good to have the parents' perspective, because, you know, that's okay. Maybe the parents have also dealt with similar situations, but, you know, that's okay. Maybe they're a little cooler than you give them credit for, but that's okay. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, that's good to share. Love you. It's also okay. Have you been reading my tweets? You have a Twitter? What? Never mind. Look, sweetie, Mr. Vega said you haven't been participating in class and that you're not turning things in. Oh, I'm fine, Pops. Senioritis and all that. I thought you liked Mr. Vega's class. It's fine, he's fine. Pull up to his top light and I am Amanda. She's still texting. Just want you to know that you can talk to me about anything. Uh-huh. I can tell that whatever it is, she doesn't want me knowing about it. That's frustrating. I heard Emma R. is going to that fancy art school in California. That's exciting. Yep. Are you bummed that you guys aren't going to the same school? Yep. Amanda keeps texting. She stifles a laugh. What's so funny? I don't think you'd get it. Okay. Who you texting? Noah. Who's Noah? Well, you'd know a guy. My friend. Does he go to your school? Yep. Do you like Noah? What? No. Ew. Dad. Ugh. I can't believe you would. Dad. I mean, jeez. Why would you? Ugh. Gross. Sorry, just asking. Dad, he's just my friend. Guys and girls can be friends. He's my friend. Okay. Jeez. This is going well. Well, good talk. Love you, kiddo. She leans forward and turns up the radio. I guess that conversation is over. To the mall, then. We arrive at the mall. A big indoor shopping center with a couple different floors. It's kind of dead, but that doesn't stop a mall security guard from yelling at a group of loitering teens. Let's eat something disgusting for dinner. Hell yeah. Language missing. Heck yeah. Better. We approach the food court and evaluate our options. There's greasy restaurant after greasy restaurant. My heart just burns just looking at the menus. Nobody looks happy to be here. What are you in the mood for? Bread dipped in sugar? Bread with cheese on it? Or do you want to inject some fat directly into your bloodstream? Extend my hand to her. Would you do me the honor of sharing some nachos? She takes my hand with a grin. It would make me the happiest, cheesiest girl alive. We order a giant pile of chips and unnaturally orange cheese from a very unenthusiastic and most likely stoned teenager. We take a seat at a rickety table and dig right on in. These are bad. These are very bad. But also strangely delicious. We have to eat through the pain. We enjoy the fluorescent cheesy goodness together until we're all out of nachos. So, something's been bothering me for a while. Can you explain memes to me? Which meme? All memes. Amanda sighs deeply and places her head in her hands. Dad, it's complicated. See, memes are inside jokes that are shared by a bunch of people that get less funny the more people who do it. So by the time that a meme will actually get to you, Dad, all of us youths have already done the joke to death. What's worse then is that you got movies and TV and video games will try to jump in on that meme train, but just based on how long it takes to make them, the meme will already be long dead by the time it comes out. So it just dates it and isn't funny. Oh shit, what up? Dad, please. Anyway, changing the subject. Where'd you now? Want to go to that golf store? Huh? You know, the one that's all black and tries to establish itself as an anti-establishment, despite being an exact representation of the establishment. I don't know what store you're talking about. You know, the one where you can buy chain wallets and it's basically an assault on what people fought so hard against in the punk and hardcore movement of the 70s and 80s? Dude, you gotta be more specific. The one you threw up in that one time. Oh, that one! Amanda runs in the store with me trailing behind her. She makes a beeline for the back.
Yeah.
There it is. You can still see the outline, kinda. I'm so proud. Speech. Amanda. Speech. 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 All right, I'll do it if you stop chatting. Amanda stops immediately. I clear my throat. Thank you all for joining us here today to commemorate an historic moment that would forever shape history. On a day very much like today, some 5 years ago, our very own Amanda Ann Hind had too much blue raspberry slushy on an outing to the mall. After begging her father to take her to Goth and beyond to buy rainbow suspenders, she proceeded to throw up all over a display of My Chemical Romance merchandise. Her loving father, Herbie Hind, then had to pay for said merchandise, which to this day remains among our possessions. Thank you.
Oh.
Amanda is moved. She begins clapping, slow at first, then faster and more vigorously. Several other patrons turn their heads. One of them also starts clapping. I bow my head. Oh, hey, chain wallets. Well, Amanda busies herself looking at band t-shirts. I try to find something to interest myself. Not much for a dad to look at in Dead Goth and Beyond. Let's look for some hot deals. There's a big cardboard box of marked down items. Pretty sure $4 for purple eyeliner is a good deal. I think. Wonder if I would look good in purple eyeliner. Hell yes, I would. Look, this is very important to me. I overhear a stifled argument over at the cash register. An old gentleman is carrying a garment and showing it to a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. I can see that. Don't know what to tell you, dude. I just work here. Listen, when I bought this online, the website said this blouse was Victorian-inspired. However, when I received it, it clearly held the trademark of Edwardian dressage. Do you want a coupon? I can give you a coupon. Will you leave if I give you a coupon? Is there a manager present? People have to know what they're buying. I am the manager. I see. Well, it seems that I have outstayed my welcome. Good day, shopkeep. Your superiors will receive a strongly worded letter by post. Whatever, dude. The man whirls around and storms out, his literal coattails trailing behind him. I can't tell if they're Victorian-inspired or Edwardian in nature. Amanda trots up to me with a t-shirt in hand. Oh boy, here it comes. Hey, Dadtron 5000. Yes, I'll buy it for you. Wow, that was easy. Thanks. At least it's only one this time. Amanda plops the shirt onto the counter and grins at the cashier. I love your hair. Cashier says nothing and rings Amanda up, radiating hatred. I hand her a 20. So what was that guy's deal? Cashier rolls her eyes so hard I'm worried she'll pull something. That's Damien. He's in here all the time. He's obsessed with the Victorian fashion or whatever. She hands him into her bag and it's clear the conversation is over. Make our way out of the store and head home to get some rest. Amanda and I sit on the couch, trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream. Oh cool, Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right? Oh hell yes. They have to make it over the Canadian tundra before the ice road melts, but also they're hunting ghosts. Also, the trucks are haunted. This is an episode I've already seen, but it's one of the best. Callum and Flint Dogbone, the twin brother truck driving and ghost hunting duo, find themselves in the greatest peril yet. Oh no, the ghost done got control of the truck. Can't steer on them there damn ice roads. Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with those spirits. Flint, we're about to die. Almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like it's saying you're going to die. That's because we're about to die, you. This is art. Episode ends and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet. I stay up a little longer, curious about the exploits of Callum and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road accident. Afterwards, I crawl into bed and get a good night's sleep. Hell yeah. Love a good night's sleep. Nothing better than getting sleep well. Come on, Herbie. Time to wake up. Morning, sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. You have never, ever let me have 5 more minutes, so get up. Fine. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda's much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves and one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookcase. So, you excited for the cookout today? That's a bad attitude. Don't you want to meet some of the people in the neighborhood? I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me. That was literally me last night. I'm recording this on Monday, by the way. So we had a family gathering Sunday. And the only reason I was forced to, well, I wasn't forced to go. I'm never forced to go, but I was guilted because, one, I hadn't seen any of my relatives since Christmas 2019. Two, I hadn't seen my aunt and cousin who came up since Christmas 2018, and there was free pizza. But this is exactly how I felt, and actually ended up doing. I ended up standing and then sitting uncomfortably in a corner with a plate of pizza, and ended up not having to talk too much. Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We'll get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon. No. Social butterfly? Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late. What? No. We have to be fashionably late. Show up to a cookout on time. You know what? We're going early. Just because you said that. I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. I guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people and the smell of hot dogs wafts through the air. Small children run through a sprinkler and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on the table next to two other veggie plates. Hey, there's Joseph. I wait to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms wide open. Welcome, I'm so glad you two are here. And you brought veggies. I'm introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my oldest. Hi. This is Christian and Christy. They're twins. They stare creepily and say nothing. Then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish. Wait, where's Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib. Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary?
Hey.
Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles. Ah, Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed? I have to go look for him. What? You'll have to... Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure. Mary, this is our new neighbor, Herbie, and his daughter, Amanda. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. I love her. Nice to meet you, Mary. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. My wife has a wonderful sense of humor. Please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. Here, let me introduce you around. This is Robert. He lives just across the way. A haggard man nursing a glass of whiskey eyes me up and down. Hey, I'm Herbie. It's nice to meet you. He takes a long swig of his drink. Charmed. Herbie and his daughter just moved in next door. Cool. If you ever need recommendations for where to get a drink in the town, Rob's your man. I told you not to call me Rob.
Oh, cracker beans.
Right, got it. Robert ambles away without saying goodbye. He's not really a people person. Wow, I think I've actually met everybody else. Great, I bet you're excited to get to know everyone better. Hope you both enjoy yourselves. Amanda and I mill around and try to some of the food spread on the table. I pick out some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. I don't think I've ever been invited to or gone to a neighborhood barbecue. Yep, I can 100% say I've never gone to one. And I'm not a chef, nor am I a griller, so I will never have my own. Lol. I don't want to have to make friends. Come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school? But I don't want to have to do pleasantries. Dad. They're going to talk about weather. Go. Do it. Make a friend. But how could I possibly abandon my only child as a social function? That's bad parenting. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. And it shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, there goes nothing. I look around the party and I'm surprised to see some familiar faces. Isn't that the barista from the Coffee Spoon? He was a cool dad. What a cool guy and mysterious. He was very sweet. Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit in Dead Gotham Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Oh, hey, I know Craig. He's a sporty dad. Wait a second. All these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I'd better go investigate. Glance across the yard, noticed Robert and Brian chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I want to deal with being one-up by Brian right now, but I guess I could live with learning more about Robert. Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to them. Hey, guys. Herbie, how the heck are you? Settling into the neighborhood, all right? Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order, at least. It's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work myself. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def. Oh, boy. Herbie, have you met Robert yet? Yeah, we've met. Robert regards me over his whiskey. Good seeing you again. We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent a night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish. It's good to see you taking your daughter out like that. I bet she loved it. And it's great that she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside. Brian raises his eyebrows at me. Being inside, making art. She won a local competition for that art. Yep. But not too strongly? Probably. Robert stares at me blankly for a second. Anyway, I haven't gone camping in years, not since the last time. Same here. Well, things change once you have kids. Wait, what happened the last time? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey. Well, Johnny Boy and me were out in the back country. Johnny Boy's a strong kid. Met him in my army days. Comes from Kansas. Built tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle when the rope bridge snaps. You can see the bone popping out through the skin. Johnny Boy screaming out, crying for his mama, losing blood. We're 2 days out from the next living soul, and here I am with my dear friend bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I gotta fireman carry a 6-foot, 180-pound man over some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. I won't lie to you. There were moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny Boy, but you build a bond with your brothers in arms. That bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. Guess that's camping for ya. Brian and I stare at each other in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey. I'm just kidding. My friend John and I went inner tubing down a river and he lost a flip-flop. Miss that kid. Brian and I laugh nervously. Or am I kidding? Brian and I tense up. I'm kidding. Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us laughing. Daisy's holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel. Gotta get off this haunted truck. Oh no, the ghost locked the doors. Quick, hit the emergency escape button. But trucks don't have emergency escape buttons. Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of the truck. Imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts, but how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive. That's cold-blooded. I like that. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. You know, that reminds me of the time I went skiing. Robert? Wait a second. Are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers? Yeah. Man, and I love that show. It's the best, especially the episode where Colm hides Flint's keys and Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, it's such quality reality television. I watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. Alright, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're gonna make a great meal. Lots of protein. Gotta keep us from starving out here in the harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over there. Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little. Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust. Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay, but not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend. Nah, you're getting it. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. Man, I've never seen her get along with anyone so quickly. I guess Amanda has a way with kids. That's kind of amazing. Daisy doesn't really get along with kids her age. It's nice that she's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can't have a regular friendship after all. Really? Yeah, she just kind of keeps to herself. Her teachers say she spends every recess in the library. I think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence. There it is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age too. She used to have a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant. She bit people too. Oh, kids, right? Gotta love them. You're required to by law. I hear that. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put together a little play date for them. do seem to get along really well, but the thought of continually hearing all about Brian's accomplishments is a little rough. But it's for Daisy's sake, you know. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Go meet some of the other fellers. Let's go speak with Matt, Hugo, and Greg. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Greg looks on, smiling politely. I'll walk over to say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare the two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of a time and place. To try to take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm comparing one work of art to another. You can definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. If I showed you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which one would you say shows more technical prowess? I am so lost right now. I shoot a worried glance over to Greg, who returns it. Well, sure, you could say that the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I would argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall. Well, that's pretty subjective. How do you mean? Well, that painting of the guy with the apple in front of his face is pretty nice. Matisse rocks. That's a Marguerite. Right, art, sorry. You're fine, dude. We're just discussing the importance of context when talking about artwork. Listen, all I asked was if you like Van Gogh or Picasso better. Hugo throws up his hands in frustration. But they represent two completely different art movements. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism? Man, that's all way above my head. Me too. It's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it. And that's awesome!
Nice.
Just 1 minute about that, Hugo, please.
Hey.
Sorry, I get really fired up about art stuff. Herbie, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everyone's been super friendly.
Hey.
Seems like your daughter's fitting in just fine. Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it.
Hey.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head. Am I cool now? Girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope. But you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on. Hey, Herbie, this is my daughter. Hello. I'm Carmencita. Man comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yes, we're making friends. Yeah, actually, Amanda, you remember the cool barista from the coffee shop and my old college friend and, your teacher? Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Oh.
Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? Haha, great seeing you. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She let the finger guns move for me. I'm very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go? Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
Huh?
Ernest Hemingway Vega, are you smoking? Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. No. I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of the cigarette and then flicks it into a gutter. Unbelievable. Excuse me. Hugo marches over to Ernest and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right?
Oh.
Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Justice's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard, too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. Herbie, this is my son, Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in? Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Ernest. Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know. Yeah, good for you. Can I go now? I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch. Ernest! Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. He's having a really tough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it. I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad? What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there, you can't say that. My kids think I'm cool, but for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? I don't know. I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads, we've become the machine we once raised against. And accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. Yell across the yard to my daughter. Amanda, I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point.
Oh, no.
As much as we want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think about my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. It's college when that happens. Don't let us eat up your time, Herbie. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood. Alright, Joseph and Damien. I spot Joseph chatting with a guy from Dead Gotham Beyond by the grill. I wonder what they're talking about. I walk over to them. So I'm curious, can you walk me through why you had your house painted black? Where do I even start? The house stays warm in the winter, it provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly. It's definitely an interesting choice.
Oh, delightful.
Thank you, I'm very proud of my abode. Herbie, I was just having a conversation with Damien here about his, aesthetic design decisions. Damien regards me up and down with a warm but critical eye. How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. I think I saw you in Dead Gotham Beyond the other day. Damien's face turns bright red. I must apologize for my behavior on that day. You see, I take the goth lifestyle very seriously. To be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Gotham Beyond was profoundly frustrating indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act. It's okay, man. Do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the area? Yes, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Gotham Beyond. Very good taste on her part. Does she partake in the goth lifestyle? Think for a second. I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood.
Oh, my.
Hey, Amanda, would you consider yourself goth? Amanda yells back. I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any one specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. Bats are cool, though. Pity. Are you enjoying the party so far? Oh, definitely. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone is so warm and welcoming. Amanda walks up to the conversation. I also like The Lost Boys a lot. Another good movie. Does that count as goth?
Oh.
And that it would, my dear. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting Damien Bloodmarch at your service. Damien finishes the sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda. Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy. My, do you know how to treat a lady? Oh, hello, Amanda. Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's twin kids appear. Are they speaking in unison? Hey, won't you come play with us? Come play with us forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We've talked about this. Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think they got that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. I don't know. Mary takes a long sip of wine. I think I might have taped over her VeggieTales VHS with The Shining. Who knows? She takes another sip of wine. Where's Krish? Wasn't he with you? You had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be okay. Toddlers are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Ain't my first time to the rodeo. It's my fourth. I've squeezed 4 little... Sweetheart, would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he's fine. Mary? Okay, jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off. Dad, can we go now? Ah, Lucian, have I introduced you to Herbie yet? Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. I remember you. Whatever. It's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite. Lucian bows. Whatever, sir. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir? Oh. Coming right up, bud. Are you vegetarian? Yep, sir. Oh. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous type people as bloodlappers. Dad. That's really interesting, Damien. Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of a tattoo peeks out from underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor. Whoa, is that a tattoo? Wow. Yep, I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. That's so cool. Want to see mine? What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian! We'll talk about this later. It's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though. That number carries weight. Man, Joseph is a way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors popped out the womb with a Bible. Wonder what he did before preaching. Oh. And without further ado, let's work some magic. Joseph closes his eyes and takes a deep breath and gets to work. With the greatest of ease, he sets patties on the grill, flourishing as he flips his spatula in the air. It's easily some of the best grill work I've ever seen. You guys think this is my first time in front of a grill? He's working faster now, effortlessly tossing cheese onto patties and perfectly grilling onions on the side. One after another, dead dads take notice and crowd around Joseph to admire his masterful technique. Oh. Probably didn't know this, Herbie, but Joseph's known around here for his grillmanship. He's ungrillievable. I tried to get on his level, but I just couldn't catch up. Let us keep studying. He has a rare quality about him. Mustard, we keep talking about this. Can't we just appreciate the artist? I've never seen him make a mistake. Okay, we need to stop. This is getting too cheesy. Please stop. All the children at the party boo the glorious display upon the unison. All right, guys, the food's ready. Please form an orderly barbecue. Amanda groans. We all grab our food and hang out, enjoying perfectly cooked cheeseburgers. Man, it's so wild how all of us dads live in the same cul-de-sac. Kind of nice, isn't it? Feels like there's a real community here. Totally helps when you're just a single dad trying to raise a kid. We're happy to have you here, man. Hope you're gonna like the neighborhood a lot. Plus, Amanda seems to be getting along with all the kids. If she decides to get into the babysitting game, she'll really make a killing. Hey, why don't you add us all a dad book? Dad book? Yeah, it's a great social network for dads to keep in touch with each other. We're all on it, so if you ever need to reach out to anyone, that's the simplest way to do it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just an old-fashioned dad. Social media goes way over my head sometimes. Don't worry, Pops. I'll help you figure it out. As the BBQ goes smoothly, we all trade stories and drink beers as our kids play on the lawn. Amanda breaks up a fight between Carmencita and those weird twins. I think they wanted her soul. Amanda and I walk back to our place as the sun sets over the neighborhood. Pretty fun party, don't you think? I mean, I got a burger in me. Sweetie, if I can impart any sort of wisdom upon you right now, and not that this was a bad situation, but if you're ever in an uncomfortable situation, always look for the silver lining. Silver lining gets you through to the other side. We ate rockin' burgers today, and it was good. Amen. Well, hey, at least you met some other cool dads. You should hit them up on Dad Book. Maybe I will, if I ever figure out how social media works. I have a good feeling about this place. Me too, Dad. Yeah. Made and I arrive home with remnants of our veggie plate. Huh. Seems like nobody was really into the cauliflower. Any big plans for this evening? Actually, yeah, I'm going out with some friends. Oh. Is that okay? Of course. Just keep me posted and be home before midnight. You got it. And be careful. I will. Make good choices. Of course. Call me if you need anything. Dad, you're not going to do the thing where you wait silently for me to come home in the living room with all the lights off, are you? What? No. I've never done that, and I will never do that. Okay. Do you have plans for tonight? Plans for kind of eat ice cream and watch TV with Amanda, but I'll find something to do. I'm gonna see how long I can sleep for. Kiddo, I am tapped out. The sun hasn't even gone down yet. I still have sleep to catch up from when you were a baby. Just let me be. Just relaxing tonight. Have fun, okay? Great. See you later. Watch Amanda drive off into the night. I really do hope she has fun. Plop down in front of the TV and turn on some Wine and Dine Mastermind with celebrity chef Gavin Chapman. Looks like Gavin's making a roasted rack of lamb with rosemary mashed potatoes. Love to be able to cook like that. Although I think if I were actually good at cooking, I use my powers for evil. Like just making baked Alaskas all day instead of food of real nutritional substance. Man, Gavin Chapman just caught the whole thing on fire, but he meant to do it. What a professional. I lose track of time as I blaze through several episodes of Wine and Dine Mastermind, and also one episode of some cooking show called Meat Hell. I'm not even sure what that one was about. It was just a lot of yelling. Glance at my watch. Man, it's almost midnight. I should check in with Amanda. I sent a text. Hey, kiddo, you good? I wander into the kitchen as I wait for a reply. Amanda's phone is almost always in her hand, so I'm sure she'll respond soon. Unless she's driving home now, in which case I hope she doesn't respond soon, because I definitely taught her better than to text and drive. I reach into the freezer and grab an ice cream sandwich. It's a little late for this, but I think I earned it after a long day of socializing. I check my watch again, and then my phone. Nothing yet. Okay, see, now I'm worried. Do I call her? Do I call the cops? No. It's too soon for that. I'll just send her a gentle reminder text. What's up? Half an hour passes. Now I'm really worried. The episodes of Gavin Chapman's Meat Hell are not only not assuaging my anxiety, but possibly exasperating it with all the yelling, so I keep pacing around the house, waiting for her to come back. Why didn't I find out where she was going? Who was she even with? Why didn't I know any of her friends' phone numbers? Why don't I even know any of her friends' full names? Who is Emma P? I decided to send her another text. Amanda, please text me and let me know you're okay. Can't help but think of all the awful things that could have happened to her. Oh, thank God that's her. Amanda opens the door and shuffles in. Finally she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup? Sweetie, thank God you're safe. Yeah. Now that I know she's okay, I'm really mad. Why didn't you answer my texts? Amanda pulls her phone out from her pocket. Oh, whoops. Guess I didn't see those. Starts to walk to her room. Amanda Ann. Whoa, we're pulling out the middle name now. Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew and you didn't respond to any of my texts. You totally freaked me out. I was about to call the cops. Dad, you're seriously overreacting. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? You weren't responding, and I was just... It's like when your mom... I have to stop myself from tearing up. Oh. Dad, I didn't mean to... Sit down on the couch and put my head in my hands. I feel very tired all of a sudden. You really scared me. Just... Please don't do that again. Alright. I'm gonna go to bed now. And I close the door to her room and I head to mine. Jeez. As I'm falling asleep, one thing she said keeps echoing in my mind. You're not gonna be like this when I go off to school, are you? I definitely didn't sleep well last night. I brewed some strong coffee and make some scrambled eggs for Amanda as a peace offering. She eventually wanders into the kitchen. Hey, I thought about what you said last night. I should have texted you. I said I was gonna do it and I didn't. I honestly didn't even think about it. I'm really sorry, Pops. I won't do it again. Well... I'm sorry for freaking out on you. You're an adult now. I shouldn't have gotten so worked up. Team Hind, Team Behind. Amanda gives me a hug. Want some eggs? You know it. Sprinkle some cheese on them. Already did. Bless you. I'm gonna scarf down the eggs at the time it takes me to wash the pan. All right, I'm off to school. Smell you later. Wait, one more thing before you go. What? What's Dad Book? It's a social media platform. Wait, what? What's a social media platform? Dad, I have to go to school. Come on, Amanda. I'm an old man. I can't put together a Dad Book profile on my own. All right, I'll help you sound interesting on the internet. Amanda spends the next couple of minutes setting up my profile on Dad Book, which, as it turns out, is a place where dads can get together and talk about fatherhood. All right, Pops, we gotta fill out your profile. Let's get some likes and dislikes. Oh, yeah. What are we most likely to do? Torment my children with dad puns. If you had one thing to take with you on a deserted island, my lost shaker of salt. What are my turn-ons? Ooh. Grillmanship, give me that good food. What did I want to be when I grew up? A good papa. What's my favorite movie genre? Old comedies that didn't age well. What is my ideal date? Napping. What do you never leave home without? My crippling low self-esteem. I spend a lot of time thinking about conspiracy theories. See, that wasn't so bad. Yeah, that was actually kind of fun. I could totally spend all day on here just looking at other people's profiles. Should message one of them, or more than one of them. All of these dads seem pretty interesting. Okay, I promise I'll make some friends. And he gives me a hug. Go get him, Dad.
Welcome.
You've got dads. Oh, hey, look, it's Dad Manda. All right. Did you guys guess who our dad date is gonna be? I mean, your choices are Brian, Joseph, Hugo, and Damien. And if you guess Hugo, you are absolutely correct. Let's go on a date. Navigate to Hugo's Dad Book and type out a message. Hey, Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Wanna hang out sometime? I'll wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. So glad you messaged me, and I would definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them? Uh-oh. Completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get. I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for, and they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she'd been crying. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. Hey, are you alright?
I'm fine.
Of course I'm fine. I just got to think about the Backstreet Boys. They had a reunion. The Backstreet Boys are back. Alright. But they're different.
Oh.
Something's wrong with them. Like, they're a dream someone once had but can no longer remember. And no one's talking about it. They just go on like everything's normal. But were they original? Were they really the only ones? The answer is no. We see boy bands come and go all the time. When they're popular, we'll act as if they don't like their music, and in a few decades, their song will be considered classics. It's just the way the world works. The Beatles were once the hot new boy band, you know. So, do fathers just lose their dad license if they don't mention the Beatles at least once a month? Yes. The mentions of Rush or Billy Joel are acceptable in a pinch. But seriously, you know you can talk to me about anything, right? Yeah, that's why I'm talking about the Backstreet Boys with you. Okay. Just remember it's okay to be sad. And also remember that I love you very much and only want what's best for you. That's all. Alright. Jeez, don't make me cry again. Hey, how was middle school for you? Bad. But nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible.
Aww.
Everybody sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40-plus hours a week, doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? I don't remember. So long ago, we probably rode dinosaurs to class and bartered for lunch money with the tiny skulls of the animals we had slain. We probably had to walk uphill in the snow both ways too, huh? And we liked it. See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? Last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. Be like going to the chocolate factory and coming out with broccoli. Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Willingham threw up in one of the vats of clam chowder and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Right. Let's leave that story for Herbie in the past. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vegas sounds like it could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What? Are you worried that a whale's gonna pop out of a touch tank and swallow you whole? Don't you put fear in my heart. Well, do they have penguins there? Yes, they have penguins there.
Yeah.
Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh the fear of the ocean. Sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I am available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' ends. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo!
Oh no.
It's been a debacle all morning. We're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great, well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start. Can you guys put your phones away? All the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. They then go back to texting. At least they're quiet? Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it! There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see. Glasses start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. Kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet?
Hey.
Honestly, it's just busy work so the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asks them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with the books? We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile preservation of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays. Gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sat on the floor and pretended to do their assignments, while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and a white fish with long spines. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Whoa! Their spines are venomous too. Nature's hardcore. Think that's bad. Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank. That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, like, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis. Cool. Nature is wild. Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the... blue-nosed wiggly fish. Yeah? Did you know that... this fish openly supports the legalization of marijuana? I didn't know it was so progressive. Times are changing, man. Let's go wild. Wait, are you serious? Absolutely not. I'm playing it for the gag here.
Yes.
Good one. Leave the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around a massive floor-to-ceiling tank. Children begin to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming around inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples of the water cast blue moving shadows across his face. If someone's surrounded by angry hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. Wow. Walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? We can learn a lot from Mother Ocean. A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It's truly fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. That's a very astute point, Herbie. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands? Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays, Herbie? Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of these things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. Stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank. Slowly dipping my hand into the cold water, I touch a stingray as it glides past me. See? Not so bad. Feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn about them, right? I have my hand back into the touch tank with renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me. Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just got a little carried away. Wait. Girl over there looks suspicious. Why is that?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan, get back here! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she makes it to the exit. Wanna tell me what's in the bag? Textbooks? Wanna tell me what's really in the bag? Susan won't budge. Walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. We don't have time for games here. Whatever it is, it goes back in the touch tank now. You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do. Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. Stare for a moment before it starts to move. Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scutters out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back in the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan? I was trying to free him. To where? Outside, where he was gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surrounds us. Look over here. Hugo points out some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth. That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. No murmur from the students. They just jump back onto their phones. Fun facts. Male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. Man, we thought we had it hard. I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. Although, however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Yes.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow and change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. Finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins? Yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes. Our group of kids run around the exhibit. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad. Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure! Wait, just kidding. It's very bad. Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson. Susan's friend. Look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the other side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? Gotta stop her before the staff sees her and bans her school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, I have an announcement. The whole room turns towards Hugo. Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everyone just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run to the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst, hey! Girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here. Neither can you. Try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. Catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
No.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot, so I can understand some confusion when we are discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Kid, what are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they even gonna go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, I just don't have enough time to argue with this. We've got to get out of here. Not until I save a penguin. Little known fact is that the penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions, so they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here. I mentioned that they don't fly. Crowd is starting to lose interest. Running out of time. Briber. I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well, give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well, I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We have to shake on our agreement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. I'm gonna have to block these birds. Uh-oh. We gotta block the birds.
Block that bird.
Get out of here, birds. What? How did a penguin escape? I love how there are penguins still escaping, but whatever. 4 penguins! I call BS on this, though. Bribery works. Hell yeah. Glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech. And that's why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everyone starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me. You owe me $8. Huh? What? Just, I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan, I suppose, so that they can compare animal thief notes. Oh. You're not off the hook, Molly. Oh. Herbie, did you just bribe a child? I bribed a child. It was the only way I could get her out of the exhibit. I'm not proud of what I've done. Not proud of it either, or of my Penguin Facts TM lecture, but at least we got her out. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back out to the buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load on the buses, Hugo pulls me aside. Hey, Herbie, thank you so much for helping me out today. You're a lifesaver. It's no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? There is nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board other than a board of pizza. Great, well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. Walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin. We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before an employee saw. You gotta go into the penguin enclosure. Did you steal a penguin for us? Amanda? No penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It's nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a what? Kind of a stick in the mud? It's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. Yeah! Date complete. Clam chowder, very low.
Looks like Paradise Lost just got found.
Oh! But, that is where we're gonna be leaving it for today. You got a little bit extra because I decided to just jam in that date. I hope you all enjoyed. You all expected me to end right where I usually do, right with that dad book. Not this time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Until then, everybody, stay funky,